So at first I was told this is, and I got down here from Minneapolis today, and I was told this is the 50th year class reunion for the class of '67. So it's nice that you all showed up. And then they said, well, it's Dave Ditter. I said, yeah, Dave Ditter is always at our class reunion. So again, it's great to be here, and a person who grew up in the Holy Land, and Wilmer Miller, for anybody that knows that farm, that's my grandpa's farm. And still in the family, I'm glad to say. First thing I want to do is start off tonight by getting the even more important person up here, and that's Judy. Judy, right this way. Come on, girl. Judy, I know you were brought here tonight under the auspices that Aaron Rodgers was going to show up. So I'm just filling in. But I think it's very important for us to remember that when we were students, 16 years old, and Dave was teaching us, he was the happiest guy around. Then we saw his wife. Damn, we knew why he was. I want to tell you, I'm going to be very politically incorrect. And she still got it. But Judy, I wanted just to thank you because I know over the years, number one, the way you treated all of us as your students as well as his, and then the number of senior people that you took care of over your years, we really thank you very much. And this guy wouldn't be here. So, give her a hand. Yay. Now I tried to look for some gear that Judy doesn't already have. That's Packer gear. There we go. Okay. There's one, and then here's number two. Judy, if you would take a peek in here, please. Thank you very much. There you go.
Oh my
there.
God. Beautiful. I can't read it.
Let Dave read that for you. There, Dave, would you please read that? Okay.
This is Judy Ditter. Thank you for your great support, class of '67.
Yeah, we'll take that. And then, just hang on, Judy. If we open that up, hang on. There. Huh? Thank you, Judy. Give her a hand. Okay, now we're going to turn to the. This is your life.
Thank you very much.
If anybody remembers the old show, yeah, I'm going to do a little Ralph Edwards. This, ladies and gentlemen, is 1952. Dave Ditter. He was part of the Silver Mask. And I'll let him tell you what that's all about. Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Try to pick yourself out in there.
What a handsome man.
Take a look. Here's Dave, the 1952 Silver Mask. There he is. And it does say Dave Ditter on it. But I want to tell you something else about the Silver Mask. Here's what it says. This is where he got his many skills from an oratory standpoint. I'm going to have to put on a pair of glasses myself, Jim. Here, there, and everywhere very fittingly describes the activities of the dramatic club, Silver Mask, this past year. The members didn't actually travel there and everywhere, of course, but rather they let their imaginations travel by listening to the readings of drama, to the works of noted playwrights. Here, the club activities commenced with an initiation party in September. Last year's president, Ray Pappenfuss, officiated by pinning the Silver Mask pins on each of the new club members, of which Dave was one. Again, this was 1952. If you wonder where he started with his oratory skills, Right there it is. I'm going to pass this around for everybody to see. You remember where you are? Okay, we'll put that right up here. Okay, that's number one. The second thing I wanted to say just from an overall standpoint, from an educational standpoint, we, the class of 67, and we've got a lot of us here tonight. We've got Jack and Kay Stelflew, we've got Linda Beagle, we've got Linda Prentice, we've got Linda Presto. Linda, you can't go wrong at that table. Jerry Wolf and myself. We very much appreciated all of the hard work and effort that Dave did on our behalf. Our careers have been molded by a lot of the work that he did from a day in and day out standpoint. He also was extraordinarily involved in my personal career. Dave was the kind of guy. Here I'm at the dean of with the dean of the Carlson School, University of Minnesota, and he looks at this recommendation letter. He says, "Is this really your high school teacher?" This is 2002. "Is this really your high school teacher?" Yeah, David had written a letter of recommendation for me for the dean of the Carlson School of Management, University of Minnesota. So it really got me to where I am today. One other story I have to tell you. Right after my senior year, I was out for baseball, and Dave invited me after graduation. He said, "Hey, let's go golf at Quickwioc." He'd love to golf, so we're on our way to Quickwioc, and Dave flips out the pack, and he's taking a heater, a cigarette. So I took the cigarette, I was smoking it, and this and that. You know, about 2 or 3 months later, he comes to me, he says, "Were you still out for baseball?" I says, "Yeah, so that letter, Mr. Svetlik, that you gave me that senior year, yes, yeah, you can pull it back now." Well, we had wonderful years. We had Tom Lynch, we had Ralph Dosham, you remember Jim Gerke, we had Fitz, all of the great, Mel Jacobson, great coaches. We had Don Rohde, Mr. Svetlik, who led us to a state championship. So it was just a great time in our career. One of the things that I wanted to make sure that we got to Dave tonight, before I leave, however, I don't know if you know that Dave is a huge Wisconsin Badger fan. Well, since I'm at the University of Minnesota, every year, I don't know if you've seen this little thing, it's called the Paul Bunyan Axe. But I said, how appropriate if Dave Ditter shouldn't receive a Paul Bunyan Axe. There you go. Thank you very much, Dave, for getting me there. I promise you that. The last thing I wanted to do is to use an analogy that, you think about people like Dave and Judy, and you say to yourself, what do they remind you of? Well, of course, George and Mary Bailey. It's a wonderful life. What if he hadn't shown up? Thank God he's never going to jump off a bridge. I never thought about it. But aren't they the George and Mary Bailey of the Holstein? I think so. And if you remember, a part of that movie also said, remember Daddy? Bell. You know what? When a bell rings, an angel gets their wings. You guys are getting your wings tonight. To that end, okay? Give them a hand. Thank you, Mark Sherry, very much for your leadership and all the great work you do from an editing and a paper standpoint.
Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate that.